Have you ever noticed that obedience to God often looks foolish before His purpose becomes clear? Before the flood ever came, Noah spent years building an ark while the world laughed. No one had ever seen rain like that before. But Noah wasn't building because it made sense to everyone else. He was building because God had spoken. David walked toward Goliath carrying nothing but a sling and confidence in the Lord. To everyone watching, he looked like an overmatched shepherd. But David knew that victory belongs to God, not to human strength. Again and again, Scripture shows us the same pattern. God's people obey first. Understanding often comes later. That's why obedience doesn't depend on popular opinion, personal comfort, or visible results. It depends on the character and promises of God. Sometimes the Lord calls you to take a step of faith when your resources seem too small, when your experience feels inadequate, when everyone around you says, "That will never work." If your confidence is in yourself, you should hesitate. But if your confidence is in the God who cannot lie and never fails to keep His promises, then obedience is always the right response. Faith is not believing without evidence. Faith is trusting the trustworthy God, even when you cannot yet see the outcome. The world may call it foolish, but God delights in using what seems weak to display His power and glory. So don't measure God's calling by your abilities. Measure it by His faithfulness. Obey His word. Trust His promises. Leave the results in His hands. Because what begins as simple obedience can become a testimony of God's glory.